Why, hello. Jimmy here. So, taking a moment, sitting down on the glider here. I'm gliding. You're gliding with me right now. That's my movement. Little gliding. It's very soothing to my being. So I wanted to touch in on, taking a moment and being with yourself. I'm realizing what a busy world we can live in, and I spent so many years running, being busy. That word busy really makes me think busy. Yeah. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm like, why am I striving to be busy all the time? What is the end goal? Sure, have some money in the bank, have some security that way, pay for food, pay for shelter, pay for taxes and all that does or doesn't do for me. And I realized at a certain point, what am I doing? I'm like churning wheels, not going anywhere. And so I really, been on this trek for quite some time, probably a lifetime, many lifetimes for that matter, but really conscious of it the past couple decades of, how I was sure I've been making money, I've been busy, but how did I feel at the end of the day, and that feeling was stress, that feeling was not good enough, that feeling was need to do more. And with also, once I sat with it, like there's a hole in me, like that's not getting met, that I'm just not meeting, and I need to figure out what that is. And so the past couple decades it has been just that, of diving deep, sure, continuing to work, continuing to earn monetary value to make my way in this world, to support myself, to support my family in this society that we live in. But this is deeper than that. This is a tuning in to what I need on a deep soul level, and really getting in tune with my soul, and realizing that for many, many years that my personality was running the show here without consideration to the deeper needs that I was needing being met. And part of that was a soul expression. Part of that was sharing the deep truths that are running through me and that I have learned along the ways, and techniques to calm my nervous system and to bring forth creation, creative avenues of just the stirrings of the universe in me. And it has taken some time to really sit that deep into myself and be able to bring it forth to myself and to the world. But I will be very blunt in saying it is what I needed, and it was what was missing. And that busyness will never ever meet that in your soul, that need to be seen, that need to be expressed, this truest part of yourself, this deep currents that run through you, this animating force, the chi in you, um yeah. And whether we are conscious of it or not, this is the avenue we are all treading down one way or another, whether conscious or unconscious. And so when you become conscious, and when you see that, this busyness that is being perpetuated in society is, at the end of the day, a distraction from knowing your true essence, knowing, that you are of the earth, that you are of the heavens, that you are this spiritual being in a human shell experiencing this earth walk. And it's a gift when you truly realize it, when you get out of the way of feeling like, oh my God, I gotta be a millionaire. I gotta have this and I gotta have that. And you come to know, sure, materialism is nice. Sure, it's nice to have these things, these solid things that you can look at, that you can hold on to, but there is also a hollowness in those things to a degree if you're not feeling the richness in yourself, in your connection to nature, in your connection to other people, and the relationships that you build, and the experiences that you have. Yeah, there's so much richness that I believe is not taught to be embraced in this world, because the powers that be know that if everybody could tap into this soul expression of themselves, that they'd realize that the society only has as much power as we're willing to give it, and that we are sovereign beings that are able to express ourselves, that are able to connect to God, to connect to this deep core of nature, of the sky, of trees, of birds, of everything. And when we begin to uncover the veil that has been put over our eyes through, being birthed into this society, into this culture of distraction, of consumerism, of buy, of be busy. When we pull that away and get into this calmness of ourselves, and find the intensities in ourselves that are boiling over because we've been taught not to express them. We've been taught to be docile. We've been taught to fall in line, to follow, to not create too much disruption in this world, for fear of ostracization, of fear of being exiled from society. And that's a big deal, right? But when you get to know yourself and know that you are a very powerful being that has the ability to affect not only yourself but those around you in a positive way, and create this connection, this deep rooted connection, like a tree reaching for the heavens, that is you, that is me. Yeah, that's the gifts. Those are the gifts that when we get up each day and we bow to the sun and praise that we are blessed beings, and we have so much potential, and to go out and express ourselves fully in this lifetime in a heart-centered way, that is when the richness of life is truly revealed to us, and we can be the beings we were meant to be on this earth, in connection, in unity of all, in helping yourself to help another, by being present in yourself, by stopping the pointing the fingers at other people, and to start owning who you are and your responsibility in this world, and to take other people's opinions out of that, and to really check in to, when you're pointing a finger, what you're looking at for that other person. You're holding that other person responsible for your well-being, and at the end of the day, that is your responsibility. That is my responsibility, to take on how I am in this world. And when you realize that you are the sole proprietor of that responsibility, yeah, that's a gift in itself. So that is what I have on this beautiful day, this unfolding of myself, of my spiritual being in this human container of expression and creation. That's what's bubbling forth today. So I wish you all the very best, and may your soul expression continue to bubble up, and may you let it be expressed in healthy, heart-centered ways that enrich you and the people around you. And go out and connect to nature today. Be with the silence. Be with the loudness of nature, because it is both. Yeah, stand like a tree with deep roots, reaching branches for the heaven, and let your leaves begin to unfurl, and bring your gifts to this world in a beautiful array of who you are. Be well.